This video is sponsored by 00 Robotics. This is the HOVERAir X1 ProMax, a fully autonomous follow-me drone that's been refining this concept for years, now in 8K. And today we are finding out what that actually means in real life. And this is why it's interesting to me. It's small, foldable, under 250 grams, actually 192 grams. I can just throw it in my bag and take it anywhere. No controller required. All you really need is the drone itself and maybe, let me check it, 1 or 2 spare batteries. I also really like the design. The matte black with the golden accent look premium and the build quality feels very solid. Inside it runs on a high-end smartphone level processor handling the 8K video and AI tracking. And the material feels extremely tough. They even sent you this little sample here. I hope you can see it. And you can try to rip it apart. Here we go. No chance. But portability and design are only half the story. What really matters is how it flies. It comes with over 15 intelligence auto flight modes and fully autonomous tracking in 8K. Let's go with the zoom out. Let us do it at an orbit, because I also like this shot when it moves around. And here we go. It does its orbit. Okay, and then dolly zoom. And the dolly zoom, trust me, this is the Hitchcock effect and it will look awesome. And for that, let's bring it up. So this effect is very simple, but it's really cool because the camera moves away and zooms in at the same time. And then you have this cool Hitchcock dolly zoom effect. All right, that looked good. The footage is solid and the autonomous shots worked really well. So to really challenge it, let's find a spot. And I think the spot behind me is ideal with a lot of trees and branches. So here is the drone hovering and now it should follow me. So let's go and go down here and see if it can keep up. So there are a lot of branches. Let's see how it keeps up. So this could be a challenge here. Let's see. But I can still hear it. Let's go a bit this direction. This branch is also very thin. Oh, but it still keeps up. And now we have this obstacle. Let's see if it checks where it has to go. Yes, that's great. So this is also a bit challenging here, but it kept up. Let's see if it's also able to check this. Yes, nice. And I would say let's try to go up here. Okay. Okay, and let's go up here. And we're back where we started. All right, so I think it was a success even though it crashed once. But this was very challenging, a lot of branches, but I like it. Most of the time it followed me without any real issues, but according to the specs it can track at speeds up to around 26 miles per hour, roughly 42 kilometers per hour, and even faster in burst mode. Walking is one thing, but cycling changes everything. And one more thing before I start, I want to use the beacon and the cycling kit they sent over. The beacon is a pocket-sized controller with a built-in display allowing you to monitor framing, battery and signal while riding. But it's more than just a monitor. It also acts as a positioning anchor for the drone. HOVERLink, it combines the visual tracking with signal data, which helps the drone follow more accurately, especially in dynamic situations. With the magnetic mount and handlebar attachment from their cycling package, I can secure it directly to the bike and keep an eye on everything without stopping. Alright, so I'm currently here with my bike and I have the beacon here with the X1 ProMax here. And let's set this up properly. I will mount it here on my handlebar on that side. So I put it around here. Here we'll put in my mobile phone and we'll track the pace so you can see in an overlay how fast I go. Let's go. All right, let's go faster. It's a bit windy as well. 27. Okay, so that's really cool and fast. So I would say let's turn around and do the same in the other direction. Let's go even faster. And it comes back. Here are some more obstacles. Yes. So here are some branches. And it still keeps up. That's awesome. All right, and we're good. So I think this was a perfect run. Let's return it. All right, I screened the bike follow videos on my phone and I must say it's really impressive how this little drone keeps up. Especially I went over 30 kilometers per hour and it was very sticky. The bike follow mode test is successfully done. So everything we've seen so far was mostly autonomous. You select the mode on the drone here and the drone does its thing. But once you connect it to the Hover app here, you unlock more control. First of all, you have to connect it here via the app. Here you have your overview. The most important settings here is hover settings. And here you can see briefly all the modes you can use on your drone. You can also record sound here, so when you activate it and you fly, you can talk to your mobile and it will record the sound. Firmware, yes, I have the latest version. Then the storage management, so it supports internal storage and also you can use a micro SD card. As you can see, you can charge it here via USB-C and there is also an additional micro SD card slot. Then you can calibrate it. Then the language is English now on my app and then you can see the units. So in my case it's meters. You can also switch it to feet. Okay, so and this basically is everything you can set up here. Then you can also set smart preview. Yes, and here we go. And you can see me talking. For sure you can enter also your album. Yes, okay, let's go back. And then you have the manual control and you can fly it also manually with this drone and can fly it with those joysticks, the virtual ones. And then let's go back. And then you have just the personal settings, beginner tutorials, help, feedback, so everything what you need. That's it. Okay, and maybe additionally when it comes to video quality, it shoots 8K at 30 frames as you saw already in the app. And you can also record in 4K at 120 frames per second for slow motion shots. That's great for action scenes like cycling or skiing. You also get options like HDR and 10-bit recording. Yes, you heard right, 10-bit on this little drone for more flexibility for color grading in post. And those are some features you usually see in much larger, more professional level drones. Okay, for today I will keep it simple, but it's good to know that there's more under the hood if you need it. And speaking of more control, the beacon here isn't just a monitoring device. You can also fly the drone using these buttons here, and that's only stage 1. Stage 2 gets more interesting when you add the joystick module here, so the one part, and you can clip it directly. I will show it to you here magnetically, and it attaches and locks securely into place. And just like that, you've transformed it into a one-hand motion controller. So that's actually pretty cool. And I would say let's try it out and yeah, see how it works. Okay, maybe you can see it here, but now after connecting it to the beacon here, it says manual control. And it started recording. So now you can see the hovering drone, and with the joystick, when you put it down, it goes down. When you put it up, it goes up. And when you do now something, nothing happens. But when you press the button here on the back side, you can use it like a motion controller. So let's put it, and when I put it closer to me, it will go farther away. And when I press it and go in its direction, it comes back. So that's really cool. And when you get a bit more practice, you can really take cool shots. And then let's go up and fly it a bit more in the front. And then we can also fly it around. You can also bring it down. And then when you want to get it back, it flies back to here. Okay, I must say this is actually impressive. The idea of transforming the same device from a beacon here, so you can click it off from the beacon into a motion controller, it's just a great innovation, I would say. But to be totally honest, for more precise flying, especially when you really want frame it a bit more cinematic, and you can do this with 8K and all those color options, you should use a larger screen, and you should transform this beacon to a full controller and add your mobile phone to get full control and a larger screen. Alright, first of all I have here the beacon with the motion joystick, so then we take another part of the joystick, so we put it here, it will connect magnetically, and then you can clip it here with those clips and it stays in place. And then you can also use this to get this mount for your mobile phone. For sure you can also use this standalone, just use it and use the mini display, but as I already told you, I'm not a huge fan, because especially when it's very bright outside, as it is right now, it's hard to see. So let's connect the mobile phone and try it out again. And for that I have to connect this USB-C cable, and then I can plug it in, connect the phone. Okay, it says USB is connected here. Okay, and we are in manual control, so I would say we are good to go. I already connected the whole system to the drone, so the beacon says USB-C connection. I see here the preview screen. Oh, that's very close. Okay, I can see this works very well. So it flies like a traditional drone, and I can go up again. Well, I think I'm quite satisfied. Down a bit more.
Low battery.
It's okay.
Low battery. Please return moment. Low battery.
I think also you can get cool aerial shots with this drone, and it looks really cool. Okay, and we are back. For more deliberate classic drone style shots, this setup definitely makes sense. And one more thing I haven't really highlighted yet is the OmniTerrain capability. It's designed to handle different environments, water, snow, even cliffs, and it offers level 5 wind resistance, which is impressive for a drone this small, and today was a lot of wind. So while I would still be careful in very, very strong wind because of the weight, it's clearly built for more challenging outdoor situations than you might expect. Especially with a max takeoff altitude up to 5,500 meters. It's not just a park drone, it's meant to go with you on real adventures. So overall, the HOVERAir X1 ProMax is clearly the flagship model. For me, the biggest highlight is the image quality, 8K and a larger sensor for better dynamic range. That's pretty impressive for a drone this size. One small thing I noticed though, while I really like the matte black design with the golden accents here, it can be a bit hard to spot on darker forest ground. So if it ever lands somewhere in leaves or grass, it might take a moment to find it. Even though in the app you have the find function, but it's not 100% accurate, so you maybe have to search in a larger area. Yeah, and if you like to see more, maybe a deeper look at manual control, more intensive obstacle avoidance tests, indoor tracking, wind performance, or something completely different, just let me know what I should try next. Thanks again to 00 Robotics for sponsoring this video and giving me the opportunity to test it extensively and give you a solid overview of what the HOVERAir X1 ProMax is capable of. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, and if you want to see more drone tests, I'm not done yet, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any future videos from me. Stay healthy, take care, and I will see you in the next one.